Yuji Itadori officially holds the record for the coldest stares and coldest panels in one chapter. Like, seriously. This man Yuji is an absolute demon. But you know what else is also demonic? Watching this video and not subscribing. Like, seriously, we're almost at 4,000 subscribers, so help a brother out. But this chapter opens up with Angel torn asunder. She is getting ripped a new one. Sukuna bites this woman in half. Like, literally ripping her arm off and her wing and tossing her off the side of a building, hair to go splat. Like, literally, it says splat in the panel here, which I thought was hysterical, by the way. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Unless Angel can forcibly take over Hannah's body, or someone else intervenes and use RCT to heal her, she is most likely out of the game for good now, and my reasoning behind that is that if Angel could forcibly take over Hannah's body, then she probably should have done that by now, considering the situation she was just in, and it's most likely a similar situation to her and Yuji with Sukuna, where Hannah would have to relinquish control voluntarily and allow Angel to take over. But that aside, it is not looking good for your girl Hannah right now. Like, it is looking real bleak for her. But Yuji is up and walking, and a few people were wondering how Yuji is just walking about, considering he seemingly had a hole punched through his chest in the last chapter. Well, it seems that we were all actually just duped, and if Yuji did have a hole punched into his chest and he somehow healed himself, then he would have healed his pinky finger also, which we see a little later on in this chapter isn't actually healed. So it's safe to say that the impact we saw in the last chapter was just Yuji's clothes being torn asunder from the impact of Sukuna's punch. But Yuji watches Hannah fall seemingly to her death, and he is giving the coldest stare we've seen in the series. In my opinion, this man literally jumps from the floor to the top of a high-rise building facing Sukuna. Sukuna looks at him and just says, "No, you're still here." My boy is about to find out that Yuji is still here and is in fact not playing any games right now. He wants all that smoke. Yuji jumps to the next building, and when he does, he absolutely obliterates the building he was standing on, and this catches Sukuna completely off guard. In fact, I think this is the first time we've seen this type of expression on Sukuna's face that wasn't a smug, smiling, grinning, evil look. Like, this dude looks caught and shook by this. And this isn't the last time that this happens in this chapter, by the way. Sukuna even questions where the hell Yuji just got this strength from. And as Yuji grabs Sukuna and tosses him down to street level while screaming his name, and as Sukuna lands on the floor, Yuji follows and literally kicks a massive chunk of concrete at Sukuna, and it covers his advance towards him. And honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would genuinely say that this was a reference to Gon vs Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, when Gon flipped up the concrete to cover his advance towards Hisoka. But Yuji sprints full tilt at Sukuna, and on the way, he grabs a street sign out of the floor. He literally tears that motherfucker straight out the pavement, batting Sukuna away with it. Like, this is Yuji on Black Air Force mode right now. He's literally laying hands on Sukuna and tossing him about, something only Gojo and the Maharaga have done in this series. Hell, even Jogo couldn't land any hit on Sukuna, and it's actually insane what is going on with Yuji right now. Like, my boy is on main character mode. But I do think Sukuna just gave us a big hint about Yuji and his power, and it's very possible that Yuji is a lot older than what he seems, and here's my theory, and it is all based on this one statement that Sukuna says, which is, right, this brat is from back then. And I could be crazy, I could be on some serious cope and rhythm right now, but I think he is referring to the HEIAN era. And here's my basis on this, so hear me out. We know for a fact that Kenjaku is from the HEIAN era, and we know he has experimented with cursed womb death patterns, and we know that Yuji is supposed to be related to Choso, so we've had this theory that we think Yuji is one of them. What if Yuji was made way earlier in the HEIAN era, but wasn't able to birth until around 15 years ago, and Kenjaku was just looking for the correct host with the ability to birth him, which just so happened to be Yuji's mother and her body. It's a wild theory, and a lot of it rides purely on Sukuna's statements here, but it could explain Yuji's freak strength, and also explain why Kenjaku told Yuji at the end of the Shibuya arc that he expected a lot from him. So let me know what you think about that little crazy crackpot theory in the comments below, but guess we'll find out at some point soon whether that's true or not. But Yuji and Sukuna start fighting, and Sukuna goes on to say how Kenjaku sure is twisted, and honestly that makes me fear Kenjaku even more than Sukuna right now, because if Sukuna, the literal king of cases, is telling you that you are twisted, you gotta be one freaky motherfucker. I just gotta say that. Yuji screams at Sukuna, why can't you all just live normally without causing any suffering? And as Sukuna is just standing there taking this, Sukuna uses his cursed technique on him and slashes Yuji right down the chest, and Yuji is brought to his hands and knees by this, but he isn't dead by no means, and that is just a feat of durability in and of itself. And also I just want to point out that Yuji's pinky isn't healed, and we get to see it in this scene here, meaning RCT. There has been 0 RCT used on Yuji in the previous chapter or this chapter. He is just simply built different. Sukuna goes on to say how the real question is actually why y'all so weak, and that weak people's purpose is to just be simply chewed up. And this is where Yuji's cold stare comes back into the panel, with him saying, well, let's see if you can chew me up and my suffering. And honestly, I'm getting some serious guts from Berserk vibes. With this one panel, you can feel and see the rage coursing through Yuji's veins here, and Sukuna just simply replies with, try me. And this exchange is just so cold. Like, it's true, like, villain type protagonist vibes here. Like, it's insane. And Yuji starts marching towards Sukuna here, and Sukuna uses his technique on him and is slicing him up, and Yuji nonchalantly is just walking forward as if this is not even happening. He's being cut to ribbons. This man is losing the top of his ear here, and there's more, and he's just tanking it like it's nothing. And this is where your boy Megumi comes back to save the day, and it turns out Sukuna's cursed energy output is being stifled by Megumi, who's fighting back from within Sukuna right now, and Yuji is taking full advantage of this moment with Sukuna's confusion and landing one hell of a punch on him and sending him flying. Like, easily the cleanest hit that we've seen anyone in the series land on Sukuna so far. This man is no longer untouchable the way we all thought he was. Honestly, we are seriously going to need a fire brigade to go around to Gege's gaff here and check, because that man's house and office have to be smouldering with the heat and the fire he's been producing from that pen of his. Like, I am truly proud and grateful that I've been able to experience this manga as it comes out, because I feel as if I'm watching and reading something generational, like, truly. But that is everything from me. If you enjoyed this video on my crackpot theories, be sure to like and comment down below, and also make sure to subscribe, because I am closing in on 4,000 subscribers, and it'd be kind of cool if this video tipped me over that mark. But that is everything from me. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Much love, big kisses, peace.
That